Good morning to you from Pattaya. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to take you on a motorbike ride down Soi Buakhao, down Beach Road, and then I'm going to walk around Bali Hai Pier. It's a cool, windy morning here in Pattaya. Welcome to the show. Good morning from Pattaya, Thailand, Soi Buakhao. And folks, it is cold here at night in Pattaya if you're on a motorbike. The wind is whipping, the temperature is down. If you're on a motorbike, you got to have a jacket or something on, or you're going to be chilly. Now folks just walking around here, probably not that big of a deal. But if you're riding on a motorbike for any distance, it is chilly here. I just put my vest on and I'm wishing I had my A2 jacket on. So anyhow, welcome to Pattaya. Welcome to Soi Buakhao. This is the party area here. You know, way back in the day it used to be Walking Street, but now it's Soi Buakhao. So welcome to this little early morning drive. A little different area I'm going to drive through in the last video, and it's about 10 minutes after 6. So a little bit early this morning. Obviously it's a different scene at 6 than it is at 9, so not much happening at 6 in the morning. Beautiful lady off to the left. Wow. Good morning. So I read an article. It was talking about it up in Bali Hai, and it's not just up there. Everybody's making a run on the winter coats at the secondhand shops. At the Ukai, that's Tagalog. But yeah, everybody's making a run on the used coats right now. So if you're in the used coat business is pretty good. Good morning, everybody. So again, not much going on. A few stragglers from the night before, looks like. Beautiful ladies still everywhere. Plenty of ladyboys still out and about. Folks, if you've never been here before, you know, the ladyboys stay out late because they're pretty smart. They just wait till you get drunk and can't tell the difference. But yeah, so just some stragglers going home. You got early morning folks going out for walks, getting some exercise, and our trash folks out. They are out. I don't know if they're out all night. I assume they are. If not, they're out early, cleaning up the streets. Off to the left is, Tree Town. Wow, beautiful lady. Got some fashion going down. Any hour of the night or day here in Thailand, you can find great food. Just walk out to your soy. That's all you got to do. Another beautiful lady. It's about my speed too. I like them thick these days. Skinny mini, you can keep those. I like big corn-fed Midwestern. Man, I love listening to Kid Rock. Yeah, so just snaking through Soi Buakhao. I was gonna go over and just take me an early morning walk on the beach. I said, you know what, let me swing through Soi Buakhao, just see what's shaking at 6 in the morning. And as you can see, not much. I got shorts on. I'm wishing I had my jeans on right now. Right down here to the left, some good barber shops, and right here to the left, my manicure pedicure place. Best manicure and pedicure in Pattaya. Ladies speak good English and they're beautiful and they're sweet and nice. No traffic. It's the best time to ride your motorbike. Don't gotta worry about the traffic. I will take a right turn here. Maybe I'll ride down Soi 6. I like going down Soi 6 in the mornings. Some of y'all remember back in the day when that bowling alley was right there. Now it's still a construction site. I don't know what's going on the other side of that fence. I want to get a custom suit. Right across the way, right over there is AMA Fashion. AMA Fashion, go in there and see the good folks. Get you a custom suit if you're here on vacation. And you know what's crazy? You know, I had three-piece suits that they made me years ago, right? And I wore those things every day. That was my uniform of the day. It was a different three-piece suit. No shit. Here in Thailand, I went to Abu Dhabi. I didn't care how hot it was. Everywhere I went, I wore a three-piece suit, dressed like fucking Al Capone, John Gotti. And you know what stopped me from doing that is one thing. One thing stopped me from wearing my three-piece suits on a daily basis. And I'm going to give you a minute to think about what would stop me from wearing my suits. Custom fitting suits, I'm telling you, John Gotti didn't have nothing on me with my suits. And I still have one. I left two in the States, sort of long story, but they're like pre-positioned in case I need them when I go over there. But what do you think the reason is why I stopped wearing them suits? It's not because I wanted to. I'll give that to you. And when I picked up them suits, what was funny is I picked up those suits and they were going to put all three of them in the the zipper thing it comes with. I said, hell no, man. I'm wearing that shit out of here. Hey, give me one. I'm finna put one on. And I rolled out of there wearing that three-piece suit, and I went straight to I dropped the suits off and then I went straight to Tahitian Queen, if I remember right. Or hell, I may have walked down there carrying them suits. I don't remember. Because when you go in there, when you go in there, the first thing the lady does is bring out some drinks, right? So I'm sitting there dealing with my suits, whatever, drinking a couple beers. I'm feeling right. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm wearing one of them suits. I went straight to Tahitian Queen, rolled up in there, dressed like John Gotti, and I promise you, walk into any go-go wearing a three-piece suit, tie, just I dare you. I freaking dare you to do it. Most of y'all ain't got the balls. What? Walk around Pattaya in a three-piece suit? Yeah. You know why? Because I made that shit look good. Okay, on to Soi 6. Man, even the corner bar ain't open. I'm early morning riser today. Welcome to the world famous Soi 6. This place comes live around 2 p.m. Off to the left there, Great place to eat there at the Queen Victoria. Yeah, a couple beautiful ladies and just the older ladies out here sweeping up the street, getting everything all straightened up. Shout out to these ladies doing all the difficult work here. There's your grand tour. Your grand tour of Soi 6. Why do I do these motorbike tours at this hour? It's because that's when I'm out and about. I say this every motorbike ride because some jackass is going to question me. Somebody's going to say, why don't you show us the girls? Folks, there's about several dozen folks that walk up and down the streets here in pretty much every city in the world. They walk up and down the streets here at night showing you the nightlife. That's not me. Why? Because I'm not out at late at night. But this is what you get. You looking for girls, you're on the wrong damn video. There, put that in your pipe and smoke it. This ain't Burger King. You don't get to have things your way. I guess you do, because you got that cell phone in your pocket. You just click, and okay, now you're looking at tits and ass everywhere. There you go. Okay, so fuel for the boats. Boats coming in over there. That's a good place to get out and take a walk, I reckon. But you know what? I'll roll you down Walking Street. It should be open up to vehicular traffic, or at least motorbike traffic at this point. And I'm going to roll down Walking Street. Now, what I'm looking for out here on the beach is Indians sleeping on the beach. Everybody talks about that. Hordes of Indians sleeping on the beach. I don't see them. I see one kuya on the beach, but he looks like he's Thai. Make that two kuyas on the beach. What's a kuya? Well, if you lived in the Philippines long enough, you'll start talking like that. Kuya is like a dude. Like, hey man, hey bro, the kuya. The guy. The dude. Central Festival here on the left with the Hilton. Beautiful ladies off to the left, yapping and yapping. What's beautiful here, Southeast Asia, the girls, when they get up in the morning to go out and get some food, they just roll out in their pajamas. They just roll out in their pajamas. Whatever they were sleeping in, that's what they roll out in to get some food in. They're not combing their hair. They're not getting dressed. They're going to get something to eat. Don't give a damn. Let's see. One more kuya out there sleeping on the beach. Doesn't appear to be from India. So there's your updated report. Are Indians sleeping on the beach here in Pattaya? No, I don't see it. Unless them jokers get up before 6 a.m. and pack up their tent or whatever, sleeping bags. But there's an updated report. Nope. There are people wrapped up in towels out there. I'm telling you, it's cold. I'm cold because I'm doing 30 kilometers per hour. Now, if I wasn't on this motorbike, I wouldn't be complaining that much. Little LQ, or some action, or some drama, or something going down off to the right side of the aircraft. This time of the morning, too, you see a lot of, not a lot, but every now and then, you know, you see that drama, that yak. Alcohol-fueled lovers' quarrel going down. I've had a few myself. Who hasn't? You drink all night and party all night, and your old lady's involved, there's a good chance there's going to be some yakking at some point. Especially if she catches you looking at some other girl, that jealousy kicks in. Like Big Pumpkin. Old lady Big Pumpkin. For some reason I came home one night with the bulldog and it set her off. She threw us out. Was forced to go to the ABC Hotel for 3 nights. What could I do? Now the walking street sign is beautiful when it's lit up from top to bottom. It is beautiful, but it looks like they shut it down to save electricity, which, you know, no big deal about that. But when it is lit up, it is it's gorgeous. If you haven't been here, they just refurbished the walking street entrance / sign, what have you here. And it was, when did I leave here? August? So last August, there you go, the Aquaverse. I always keep thinking about that other water park down there. It's called Aquaverse. It's part of Sony's Pictures Entertainment. South Pattaya, about 15 minutes. You got Aquaverse, and then you got Ramayana Water Park. Yeah, I got a street musician. Some of the best videos on the internet are of street musicians. Roger Ridley, I got a playlist with that gentleman on there. May you rest in peace, my friend. What just an absolute wonderful musician. He played over there on one of the piers in Southern California. I can't remember exactly which one, but some of these street musicians are just undiscovered superstars. Alright, I got a car bearing down on my 6. I'll just weave through here. Okay, to the left there, right where I just passed on the left, a bunch of lady boys hanging out. If that's your game. So if you get to Pattaya late and at 06 in the morning you're looking for lady boys, right there in that little left corner. Oh Lord, I got distracted. And then this little area right here to the left, it's always like always happening. A little bar to the left. You show up at an odd hour, ready to party after your flight. It was right there on the left before the big tree. The spot's usually open where you can get a drink. Little pork belly. Little lechon belly. Big Pumpkin would tear that up. She's been dreaming about pork belly. And you know what? I may try to... That's my speed. That's my speed too. Why is it when I see the sisters, my ebonics kick in? There you go. Everybody thinks I'm over here partying, chasing them ladies. Use deductive reasoning, my friends. If I was out partying and chasing the ladies, would I be able to get up at the ass crack of dawn, fire up a damn motorbike, get the camera equipment working, and talk in an articulate manner? When I'm drunk, I can't say the word articulate. Okay? When I'm partying, I can't fucking say that word. You know what? I could take a walk out there onto the pier. Find me a place to park my motorbike. Maybe that's what I do. Just take a walk out on the pier. No parking. Now look, I'm very, very careful to the point of paranoid about where I leave my iron horse these days. Overly paranoid because I got this thing impounded and towed way back in the day when I was married to my Thai wife. And some of y'all have heard me tell the story. I'll compress the story. It just took me all night to get it back. You know, my dumb ass parked in the wrong spot. And the gist of the story is, it took me all night to get it back. Okay, let the traffic go. I got more time than I got insurance. All right, rocking that red hair, old girl. You rock it. Yeah, so after you go through that incident of trying to get your motorbike back and having to go to this impound lot, and it was an all-night process. I don't leave this motorbike anywhere that I'm not 1,000% sure is going to be there when I get back. There you go. So let me come over here. Looks like motorbike parking here. I don't know if that's a paid lot, what have you. Where I usually leave this hog is over at a paid lot. A little small paid lot near Walking Street I've been using since I've been coming to Pattaya. Pay 20 baht and they watch it. They make sure nothing happens to it. And it's not that I'm worried that somebody's going to steal the motorbike, steal my helmet. This is the same damn helmet I've had, I think, since I bought my first motorbike. Ain't nobody ever touched my helmet or anything on the bike. Sometimes I forget and leave an action cam on it. They never touch it here. But that's not what I'm concerned about. It's just leaving the bike somewhere where it gets impounded. Alright, enough talk about that. How the hell did they get in here? Is this a paid lot? Parking for tricycle. Let's see. I think nope, this is tricycle only. I could sneak through there, but I'm just curious, how the hell did they get in there? Kapkun Krap, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, so this is saying I gotta keep hooking left here. I know this area like the back of my hand. But usually when I come over here, see, no parking, no parking. Here we go. Buy you books, send you to school, and eventually I'm gonna learn to read. That's just the old redneck saying, I guess, you know. Mess something up as a kid. Damn, son, buy you books, send you to school, and you still can't read. That's slang. Alright, so here you go. Here's where you park. Park this hog right here. The Bad Dream. I'll just leave this microphone in the helmet because ain't nobody gonna bother. Hey folks, good morning to you. On a cool morning here. What time is it? It's about 6:30 in the morning. Here in the beautiful city of Pattaya. Man, what a beautiful place. It's just absolutely gorgeous here. All right, I'll take you for a walk out on the pier and see what's going on. Check the current price. I'm gonna check the current price of how much it is. How much does it cost to get to Koh Larn? Koh Larn, if you say it in Thai. Us foreigners would call it Koh Larn, Coral Island. But in Thai, it's not Koh, it's Koh Larn. Okay. Now you can feel, you know, as the sun comes up, obviously the weather's gonna warm up. But I'm telling you, riding that motorbike, folks, it's cool, it's chilly. I got this vest. I mean, the wind's probably like, what, 30 mile an hour, 30 kilometer per hour winds, something like that. But tomorrow, if I get up this early, I'll be wearing my leather jacket. So you've been forewarned. If you're coming here on vacation right now, at least bring you a little light hoodie. You know, some type of long sleeve, light jacket, light hoodie. I mean, you need like a little sun hoodie. But if you're gonna be on the back of a motorbike at night, any distance, you're gonna freeze your balls off. Listen to them waves. Had to zip my vest up so my microphone will work a little bit better. But here's my view. And this is Bali Hai Pier. Oh, wow. Oh, man, I got wet. What a great place. Anyhow, that's Bali Hai Pier. This is where the boats go over to Koh Larn. Great place over here to walk, exercise. Got the wind, the waves. What a way to wake up in the morning and just take a walk around. Living at the beach is most Americans' dream, or at least it used to be. When I was growing up, everybody dreamed about moving to the beach, right? You know, I've lived that dream in many places. I didn't live exactly on the beach, but I lived down in South Florida between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And I enjoyed the hell out of my lifestyle down there. When I lived down there, I had an old boat called the One Muff Diver. And me and the One Muff Diver, if I had 2 days off a week, I was on the One Muff Diver 2 days a week. I kept her down there at Hollover Park. Some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. But Hollover Park, Hollover Marina, that area, part of the beach over there is a nude beach. Believe it or not, there are nude beaches in America. You don't believe me? I didn't believe it either. Until I went down there. Sure enough, there's a nude beach, a portion of Hollover. That's where I kept my boat. I had such a wonderful lifestyle living down there at the beach. When I worked nights, I would get off at, what time to get off? 6 or 7? 11 to 7. 7. I'd get off at 7, I think it was. Anyhow, I'd go straight to Fort Lauderdale Beach. I would run, then I would do a swim, then I would go home to my neighborhood, get on my bicycle, and I would bicycle to the farthest pool. I would swim and hang out at the pool, then bicycle back. I basically, when I was living down there, I was doing a fucking triathlon, a little mini triathlon every morning after I worked the night shift. You know, chasing knuckleheads around the projects when I was 5-0 down there. So anyhow, damn, this is supposed to be a tour, but now it's turned into story time. Anyhow, great lifestyle living down there at the beach. Wonderful, wonderful time period. I've lived on an island. I've lived on an island in the Philippines. Had an apartment there. Spent a lot of time there. So I know what it's like living on a more primitive, at the time it was a lot more primitive, little island. I've experienced that lifestyle too. And that's a wonderful lifestyle as well, but there is a thing called island fever that you'll develop. There's limited, on a small island, you know, there's limited things to do. And after about 30 days on the island, you'll get island fever and you have to just get out of there. And so I would roll down to Cebu City for a night or a weekend, get me a cheeseburger and fries, walk around an air-conditioned mall, wash the sand off of me, and then I was ready to go back. But that's the problem with living on a small island, is that island fever. If you live here in Pattaya, a place like Pattaya, you don't get island fever. Is it the same as living on a small island? No, but if you want to go over to Koh Larn, you can be on small island with a $1, I'll show you here in a second, with a $1 boat ride. So that's one of the big reasons Pattaya is paradise and home to me. All right, here you go. Koh Larn ferry tickets, 30 baht per person. Pay on boat. And the boat's docked at Port A. I don't know if this is an updated schedule or not, but they pretty much just run all day, okay? They stop running, what, about 6 o'clock? Now there's a speedboat, 300 round trip. And they had that trail run, or no, coming up 1 February 2026. They're doing a 12K or a 28K Koh Larn trail run. So too cool. So if you haven't been here in a long time, they've covered the walkway, you know, because in the heat of the day, folks, it's hot walking out through there. So they've got this thing covered. And then I'll give you a slow spin around, you know, walking streets over this way. Back in the day, it was sort of chaos. You had to go in there and buy a ticket, and then it was confusion, but you could pay on the boat. Those days are way behind us. Okay, all you do now is just walk down this walkway. I'm gonna take you with me. We'll walk all the way to the end. And if you're walking through here, realize that they're bringing motorbikes and supplies and stuff. Just pay attention to where you're walking. Basically the rule in crowded areas, right? Don't make lateral movements too quick. You make any lateral move, look over your shoulder, you get run over. Welcome to Southeast Asia. You know, a lot of y'all might be dreaming about moving to some tropical island somewhere, just staying drunk on the beach all day. I get it. That was me for a time period. But don't say I didn't warn you about island fever. And again, you don't get that here. You got all the amenities you want in the world in this city. And if you want to get to some small islands, $1, a couple bucks. And Koh Larn's not the only island that's out here, but it's where everybody goes. This thing's nice. You know, you got these piers off to the left, to the right for the speedboats. You know, hell, I could just jump on the boat and take y'all over to Koh Larn, but it wasn't my plan. I wasn't planning on it. Maybe tomorrow I'll take y'all over there. But as windy as it is, you know what wind means on the ocean? Wind means waves. So it'd probably be pretty rough seas getting over there right now. It'd be a rough ride, which I like. I like that roller coaster ride, but if you get seasick on a windy day like this, I don't know. It's up to you. You might want to pick another day when it's not so windy. Right here, Pier A, just like the sign said. So all you do is walk to the end of this pier and get on a boat. It's whichever boat's loaded up. You just get on the boat. I'm gonna cross the street. I looked over my shoulder. There's coming up quick. These are the vessels here that will take you over to Koh Larn. And there's the times. If those signs are correct, it looks like 6:30 is the last boat from Pattaya. I think it says the same thing, or 1900. Anyhow, 30 baht They run during the daylight hours. So if you're not on that last boat by 6 o'clock, whatever, you'll be spending the night over there on Koh Larn, unless you pay a speedboat to bring you back, I reckon. But I'll tell you what, the thing about Koh Larn is everybody goes over there during the day. They go over there during the day, and everybody comes back. Morning, everybody comes back. So it's like a daytime spot. Get over here and get out of the way so I can talk to you fine folks. Anyhow, Koh Larn's like a daytime spot. So during the peak season, yeah, you go over there, it'll be crowded, right? But if you just spend the night over there, man, it's so wonderful. All the crowds go away, the beach is quiet. Just an absolute wonderful time. So I highly recommend, like, you know, if you have a chick you want to spend some romantic time with, take her and go spend the night over on Koh Larn. Be glad you did. So there's your times right there. Let me pan up a little bit. First boat departs at 07. The last boat departs at 18:30. And the last boat to leave Koh Larn is 6 p.m. Folks, it is so windy out here. I hope these microphones are going to be able to handle this wind noise. I may have to scrap all this footage. I'll have to do it again another day. But yeah, there's so many other things to do than to spend your entire week sitting on a fucking bar stool over there. I showed you a motorbike ride yesterday out to the lake. What you do, you grab you a chick. However you're gonna do that, grab you a chick and say, hey, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go to Koh Larn for a night and spend the night. Show me Koh Larn. Or you say, show me the lake out there. And you're still hanging out with some beautiful ladies. There's still bars and places to go to and beautiful restaurants. But you just get out of that tourist area and see a different perspective of this beautiful city. Man, they're probably gonna make me the Pattaya ambassador. Just look at this view. Now behind me, some of these boats here are restaurants. I don't know which ones are open, which ones are still in operation, their hours, I don't know. I'd have to come out here at night, in the evening, to see what happens, but that's called, what's that called? The Oriental Ocean. Where's the pirate ship? There's a pirate ship. Where the hell is a pirate ship? I saw it the other day. There's so many things to do here. I've lived here for a long time. Now I've been on an extended temporary deployment to the Philippines that wasn't planned. But you can live here for years and not know all of the attractions and the amenities that this place has to offer. It's too vast. There's too much to offer. First boat of the day is still getting loaded up. They're pretty nice. You know, they're bringing folks out here on the golf cart. Okay, and I'll just show you the Royal Thai Police boat. I don't think there's any rules against just taking a photo of the ship. Won't be the only one. There's your police boat. Okay, so when you hear that horn blow, that means that the boat is getting ready to leave. So there you go, it's 5 minutes till 7. So the captain's giving you that horn and that warning. You got folks fishing over here. And the thing about it, folks, believe it or not, you could catch fish here. Thailand, you can go fishing and actually catch a fish. Man, how many times did I fish over in Subic Bay, never catch nothing? Not the same. Here you can catch a fish. Morning, good morning. Okay, got a couple lines in the water. Pattaya Bay Cruise. Scuba Princess. The Scuba Grace. Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about the scuba diving. Why? Because in all the years I've lived here, I've never went scuba diving. Adventure divers. And then what's this thing called here? This is called the monkey boat, Pattaya. Now I just keep walking down here to the end. Yeah, I've never went scuba diving, but there was a reason for it. I used to scuba dive in the States, but I said, you know, when I leave the States, I get out from under the umbrella over there, you know, the medical insurance and blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I'm not going to engage in all those high-risk sports because it's just a risk that I need to mitigate. All right, this is the Dolce Vita. Beautiful ship. You're getting closer to that Oriental Ocean over there. Anyhow, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do those, any type of extreme sports like that. That's just me. Okay, but all these are scuba ships here. So you've got all kind of scuba diving. Oh, check this out. It's got water slides off the back. Pretty cool. So I'm out here on the end. I'll give you one more view and then we'll head out. Gentleman coming in here with a load of ice. Yeah, so any type of sports you want here, folks, from scuba, golf, everything's available here. It's Dive Station Pattaya. Pretty good sized vessel right there. And I don't know what the monkey boat does. What's this here? There's just too much to keep up with. Monkey boat looks like a little party boat. Yeah, got a nice little bar up there. Some tables upstairs. So it's got 3 decks. 3 decks with bars. Be a pretty good little cruise. And then there you go again. There's adventure divers. Captain bringing one in here, the Scuba Grace. Got that bad boy fired up. I'm starting to paint you a picture. There's a lot more to Pattaya than sitting on a bar stool. I hope so. What are you doing in Pattaya? You chasing them women? Or am I scuba diving? Or am I golfing? All right, again, look at these vessels. And so at 7 o'clock, this boat's about to pull out. It's just amazing. I mean, this is what these guys do every day of their life, but to see how they can whip these vessels around like it's nothing, especially in these windy conditions, it's just years of experience and skill. That captain right there whipped that thing in there like parallel parked. I'm a pretty good boat captain, but when it was windy, it gets challenging with a boat. Especially when you're coming into dock, leaving out. All right, so this one's pretty much filled up. There's still a few seats there, so if you get here right at 7, I think you can still get on the first boat out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I might give it a few days for the wind to calm down, and then I'll head over there to Koh Larn. Take y'all fine folks over there with me. I might even spend the night. And I'll tell you what, too. Songkran, a great place, is over there on Jomtien Beach. I did a video on it, but it was a wonderful little Songkran procession and celebration over there, more traditional, the way Songkran is supposed to be celebrated. Not these water fights with the tourists running around with the water guns. But Songkran over on Koh Larn was very nice that year. So the crew has secured the bow line. And it looks like they're about to be underway. First boat of the day, first ship of the day, first ferry, whatever you want to call it. Let's check our time. Oh yeah, they're right on time. They're right on time. Captain's on time. He'll back this thing out like a champion. Well, it's funny, in the previous video I was telling you about all those folks over there selling hats. On sunny days, you need to take a hat if you go over to Koh Larn, because everybody comes back, they're just baked. They're just sunburnt to heck. So if you're going over island hopping, going over to the island, make sure you've got a damn sun hat, boonie hat, something. And if not, the minute you show up at the pier over here, there's a plethora of people selling those straw hats. Today, they should be out there selling jackets because it is cool. All right, pulling in the tires. Looks like a 2-man lift. And the captain's just gonna whip that thing around over the port. Get a good drift on it. Because that's the direction that the wind is blowing. Like a champion. It's not rocket science, but if you want an adventurous ride, ride up towards the front. If you want a more stable ride, get in the back of the boat. There you go. And they're just rolling out smooth. So as he pulls out, is that the next man up? Looks like the next man's rolling in. Look at that. That's like clockwork. That's fine engineering and timing right there. There you go, right here. There's the sign. Okay, this one goes to Naban. Okay, so the main pier. So this one's going to Naban. And that's where most everybody goes, I think. They just go to Naban. There you go, 30 baht. Throws the line. Beautiful vessels, folks, beautiful. So colorful. If you like taking photos, doing that Instagram and stuff. Look at that. Precision. Okay, so this one looks like it goes to Jomtien Beach. So those are your times going to Jomtien. 0, 8, 9, 11, and 1. Then it comes back from Jomtien 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the last boat leaving out of Jomtien is at 5. So this is the vessel that I would get on. Those are your times according to the sign. to go to Tai Wan. This is Tai Wan Pier right there. Okay, this is Nha Ban Pier. And there are your times. Both vessels are 30 baht. Now you got a second vessel coming in over here, going to Tai Wan. So you got to pay attention to the signs where the boat's going. If you get here and the 7 o'clock boat is leaving and it goes to Nha Ban, no big deal. There's all those bot buses there that'll take you around to wherever you want to go. If you want to go around to Tai Wan. Now look, there's various areas on the island. We're all creatures of habit, and I like going to Tai Wan. I just like that little beach back there. So, at least now I know if I'm going to go straight to Tai Wan, I need to be here at 08 and bring my 30 baht. Okay, so what's the advantage of taking the speedboat? Well, you know, if you got big money, got a private party, got a group of friends, whatever, just want to have like it's like a private jet, right? It's more expensive, but it's private. Now look, it depends on what you negotiate or what the deal is. But back in the day, we would just commission a boat for ourselves, for our crew, with a bunch of ladies and say, hey man, take us to this little private beach area, you know, pick us up in a couple hours. Now that's years ago. I don't know how they negotiate now, what the exact, you know, if you try to commission somebody for a day, I have no idea, because I'm not big balling like that anymore, like I used to be when I was a 1 week or 2 week millionaire coming here. But you know, speedboats get you there quicker, more expensive, but I highly recommend just take the boat, the 30 baht, it'll get you there no problem. That's my recommendation. So folks, this is really nice. I don't know how many golf carts they got going on, but they're just running these golf carts non-stop, taking you down there. Free ride. Yes, you got all these vendors selling hats and stuff. You need some Crocs, flip-flops, stuff like that, sunglasses. Today's not a good example, but on a sunny day, trust me, bring you a damn hat or buy one of these hats. Especially all you bald-headed dudes out there, you're gonna burn the heck out of your head. Lifestyle. Where you live has a big factor on your lifestyle. That's a statement of fact. You know, I was dreaming about moving to Montana till I was up there in Montana in the winter, and I said, you know what, this is too extreme. I'd be in the house too much. Living in South Florida, I was outside the house all the time, every day. Active. Here in Pattaya, every day, exercising, active. So many things to do and see and explore. You never get bored of it. And you're in such a close striking distance to so many other things. I mean, a short ride down to Koh Larn, right? Another great place to explore down there. Koh Larn. Quick ride over to the border. Now with all the shit that's went on recently, you know, it used to be no big deal. Jump a van, head over to the border, and go to Siem Reap for the weekend. How can you beat that? So everybody wants to know all these questions, you know, about retirement. Man, where am I going to live? Where am I going to go? A lot of y'all are watching my show, and you have watched my show because you're doing research for your own retirement. You don't give a shit about me, you care about you, which you should. Where to live? Somebody asked me the question the other day, what's better, Chiang Mai or Pattaya? Folks, for me it's Pattaya. You're not gonna beat this place. You're a quick ride up to Suvarnabhumi, and that's huge. Living in my old lady's province down there, I was 5 hours to the airport by bus. that shit gets old. Okay? Now, if you're in a smaller place and there's no direct flights to wherever you want to go, you always have to what? You got to get to Manila and fly from there, or you got to get to Bangkok and fly from there. It's just simplicity here. You get on a bus for $5, you're at the major airport in a couple of hours. So there's so many reasons why I've called this place home for many years. I'll continue to call this place home. It has nothing to do with the girls, trust me. I know some of y'all find that hard to believe, but that's okay. I need those comments. I need the folks that don't like me to keep commenting and keep watching. So there's your tour. That's just one morning here in Pattaya. I spent my morning at the beach, at the pier, at this beautiful sign over here. Now it's time to go find some breakfast, and man, I'm tempted to ride out to the lake and get me some more biscuits and gravy at Route 66. I'm tempted. I'm all the way over here on this side right now, but I'm tempted to go get me some good coffee and biscuits and gravy. All right, I'll let the footage run. Some of y'all have seen this, the routes I take many times, but this is what I do. You want to know what life is like for me here? It's a morning walk, a morning motorbike ride, grabbing a cup of coffee somewhere, enjoying the scenery. It's what everyday life looks like. It's not sitting on Soy Bucao all night on a bar stool. That's years ago. Okay, so with that, we will swap back over to the helmet microphone. I never have to turn the mics on or off because I'm recording in stereo. Make sure you record in stereo if you're using two mics. That way you can turn them on or off individually when you sit down to edit. If you record in mono, you can't do that. But what I did once I got back to the dream, just put my helmet on. And let me just make sure it reconnected, which it should. Check, check, check. Yep, both mics are still good to go automatically. And now you can hear me talking on the helmet cam. The helmet, not the helmet cam, the helmet microphone. And let's see, how did I get out of here? I think the same way I came in, I reckon. Okay, now here's a public service message for you. And this is being Captain Obvious, but if you first move over here and you're careless or what have you, and you park your motorbike somewhere and you're not paying attention, your motorbike is parked in a sea of motorbikes. Now, I forgot where I parked my motorbike at Central one time, and I had to go floor to floor till I found the damn thing. And I gotta figure out how to get at it. Okay, so it's right down through here, I reckon. Yeah, back the way I came, I reckon. Yeah, once you lose your motorbike once, forget which soil you parked it on or which floor or what have you, you won't do that shit again. And there must be another way out, but I don't freaking see it. Which motorbike should you buy if you move to Thailand? Man, the sky's the limit over here. They got, I mean, everything you can think of, want, from basic motorbikes on up to Harleys. What do you want, you know? The sky's the limit. If I have to recommend one, I recommend you don't get one too big, because most of the time you're putting around these streets, and the bigger the bike, there's just more hassle. You don't need one like I have that has gears. It's just one added thing for you to deal with, unless you're an expert motorbike rider like myself. Just get you an automatic. Historically, I've always recommended the click, but if you're a little bit bigger dude, get what you saw just in front of us, like a PCX. Honda PCX is a little bit bigger. But just remember, the bigger the bike, the harder it is to maneuver and park and get through cars. So unless you're going to do a lot of touring and riding out through the countryside, you don't need a big bike. Does that make sense? That dude to the right is on a Honda PCX, unless I'm way off. But normal, regular size bike, I say Honda click. You're a bigger dude, maybe something like a PCX size. That's as big as you need it. Okay, and with that, I'm going to cut another U-turn and I'm going out the scenic route. Why? Because this is what I do on a daily basis. Everybody has their morning routine. Do you go for a morning walk? You go to the gym? Okay, I'm not going and spending an hour, 2 hours in a sweaty ass gym smelling other men and their sweat and their balls. I'm out here getting fresh air. I want to exercise. I'm going to go for a run in this fresh air over here up and down these hills. That's how I spend my morning. So what's this show about? It's about my life, pretty much on a daily basis these days, where the wind blows me. Couple soy dogs rolling dead ahead. 2 soy dogs. One day when I get too old to actually go out and film, where I got to just sit around at the house and do talking head videos, or you know what I'm talking about, right? I love what I'm doing here. I love filming. I love this game. Always like to make videos and films, and always mess with cameras since I saw my first camcorder. Got my hands on my first camcorder back in the 80s. I don't plan on stopping this game ever till I die. I realize at some point I won't be able to get out as much, but I have a lot of old footage that I could probably sit there and chop old footage or old photos or what have you, and do nothing but just make vintage, at that point, I guess when I'm 100, chop up vintage footage. I got a lot of old footage from this place way back, photos and all that stuff. Some of the stuff you have to wait till people get old enough or die to protect the guilty. Bunch of soy dogs over here. Get a little bit of speed, a little bit of power. Sometimes when they're in packs like that, that's when they start feeling real froggy. For the most part, they're okay, like I say, but every now and then one will take off after you and try to take a bite out of your calf, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. If you go straight up this area right there, that's to the patio sign, but I'm not going up through there. Another good place to exercise. Just taking this route that I always ride, you're just looking at so much vegetation, and it's like driving through botanical gardens, but it's free. And just the fresh air coming off the ocean. Left turn. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come up here and check out this Fisherman's Village. I saw a sign that said they had a soft opening. I'm not sure what all they have to offer, but it's a pretty cool area. And since I'm early, maybe I'll get out on foot. And to the right side is the Royal Cliff Hotels group. I'm telling you folks, my knees are freezing. I won't make this same mistake tomorrow morning. I'll be wearing jeans and an A2 jacket. I'll be snug as a bug tomorrow. I will not freeze my balls off like I'm doing right now. So right here is this Fisherman's Village, and it's just beautiful new fishing type structures. Soft opening. So you know what? I'm just gonna get out and take a walk right here. Just take a look, see what they have to offer. See if I can get a vantage point. This place is called Voyagers Hall. But just look at the architecture. And I don't know, let me just walk over here, see if I can give you a view. Yeah, I think I can get a good view from here. Oh, how quaint is that? Look at how beautiful this little spot is. So they're gonna have restaurants, got like a little river. Now the boat's over there. I don't know if you can take a ride or if they're just for decor. But this is just beautiful. Just a beautiful, real quaint eating area. Look at this water. I'm gonna have to go down because I want to see where how the waterfall comes down. Like I said, folks, you can live in this city for a long time and never figure out what all it has to offer. And there's always just new stuff popping up. Get a little up bubble here. What a cool place. Oh, I guess I could go up to this view deck. There's a view deck right here. Yeah, let's go up to the view deck. Think it's open, safe to get up here. Nobody says I can't. It said soft opening. Ah, wow. Check out this view. Holy moly. Now you see this island over there behind that green roof? If I can pull over here, it looks like a booty. My Thai wife used to call that Koh Tut. It means ass island. I don't know what the real name of the island is. I forget. She just always called it Koh Tut. So there's your bird's eye view of this place. Okay, so some of y'all listening to my voice, trying to decide. A lot of y'all are set on the Philippines. I have a huge following audience of folks who are planning to retire in the Philippines. And you already got your heart set. You have a old lady or what have you over there. Okay, I get it. But some of y'all are like expanding your way of thinking, your horizon, and saying, okay, well, let me take a look at Thailand. I think you should. But check this out. Contrast my morning here. that I'm taking you on, that I have taken you on, and these motorbike rides and what I do, and ask yourself this: if you move to Angeles City, does your morning look like this? The answer is no. There is no comparison. Oh, I'm gonna move to Bonifacio Global City. They got that little Venice over there, whatever the hell it is. Okay. Ice cream, scoop it up. Seafood market right there. Is it too cool? Oh yeah, look at this little spot. Check this out. Oh my goodness, this might be my new little hidden spot. I shouldn't even show you all this. Look at there. Obviously right there in the corner, you got live music. Okay. Got this big old bull right here. Just a little quaint beer garden. That is too cool. Looks like they've got Chan on draft, and it's right next to this steakhouse and bistro. Imagine just sitting at that table listening to the gentleman play live music with this view. You're looking at a faux marina here, and then you're looking at real ocean over there, real island over there. Even got some pine trees. Holy moly, this place is too cool. This is called the Sunset Deck. And what is this over here? Tokuni? Coffee's Tail. Folks, I'm so glad. And you know how I saw this place? I saw it on a motorbike, just riding around on the motorbike when it was being built. If you go back through my videos, you'll see. I stopped by, just saw the construction. And that's how I find these places. Here's the head right here. Restrooms. Yeah, so how do I find these places? Usually it's just roaming around on my motorbike or walking around or on the bicycle. Okay, so here you go. That's the map of this place. Anybody wants to see it? Right there. Just like that. Get back to the bad dream. Didn't even have to take my helmet off. To leave the keys in it. Where are my keys at? Yeah, so mostly I find these places just by being out and about. I don't go to Facebook. I don't sit there and search around the internet. I find spots that I like to go to on my own, just riding around. That's how I find these spots. Okay, got a tour bus here. I'll just pull over and let him do what he's gonna do. Gentlemen got a difficult job trying to get that bus. But they do it. That's what they do every day. Alright, so off to the right was the entrance. So let me, what does this say? The coffee shop here. Open 7, so 7 o'clock there's a coffee shop open. It looks like at Fisherman's Village, but I don't know, maybe that sign. Okay, right across where I'm shooting right there's a little open air gym. It might not look like much, but people do Muay Thai on those mats over there where them dogs are sleeping. That's a little workout area. Okay, off to the left there, that viewpoint up there by the radio station and the Admiral. I go up there a lot, but I'm not going up there today. I used to go up there all the time when the little coffee shop was up there. Then they took the coffee shop out. But man, you used to get the best little cappuccino coffee, 35 baht, with a beautiful view. But they took it out. Okay, right turn with the crew here, bearing 270. I'm pedaling that bicycle. I went years here with nothing but my bicycle. Rode that bicycle everywhere. Went grocery shopping on it. Picked up my girlfriend from the bus station on my bicycle. Everybody thought I was crazy. Why don't you buy a motorbike? That's what they used to say back then. I was like, hell, I like to exercise. It's free. I'm in great shape because I'm pedaling a damn bicycle. I finally broke down, bought a motorbike. Glad I did. But I have no interest in buying a car, either here or the PI, nor anywhere. Only way I'd buy a car is if I move out of Southeast Asia and it's a necessity. No interest in ever owning a car again. I know in America that's kind of crazy to say because a car is part of your identity over there. It's a necessity, you have to have it. What kind of car you drive, people perceive you in certain ways. I don't give a shit. I've been gone from America too long. Not that I cared what people thought about me while I was there, but when it comes to vehicles, when I think about a car, it's just a fucking money pit and a nightmare. Where am I gonna park it? I gotta put gas in the damn... Hell no. That's what taxi drivers are for, Grab drivers are for, public transportation. Because over here you can utilize that. Anyhow, not interested in a car. Get hit all the time. Why don't you buy your family a car, you sorry bum? Don't need one. Where we at now? 7:45 in the morning as I roll down Pratham Nak Soi High. Still, my knees are freezing. Little spot to the left, Dime Restaurant, where I like to get breakfast sometimes, and to the right is the Hard 8 Saloon, 39 baht beers during the happy hour. And just like that, we're facing the beach again. Man, are you living on an island or a city? Well, Pattaya is sort of like living on an island, but you don't get island fever. A few folks sitting out there enjoying the view. Dude feeding a couple soy dogs. Don't feel sorry for the stray dogs here in Thailand, folks. Stray dogs here, they eat better than a lot of people in the Philippines. They get fed plenty. A lot of times you'll see people put collars on them, or if it's cold, put t-shirts on them. The stray dogs over here aren't in desperation mode like they are in other places of the world. It's okay for men to wear Speedos here. No problem with it. Nobody cares. Nobody's paying attention to what you're wearing at the beach. As long as you're not in the buff. No birthday suits allowed, but Speedos, okay. Dude over to the right, metal detecting the volleyball courts, which is probably a pretty good place. Find coins or stuff that has fallen out of people's pockets while they play and lost it in the sand. Just like my old lady, Filipino wife, Big Pumpkin, when they were kids, they would go to the basketball courts, the dirt courts, not the concrete courts or the paved courts, but the dirt courts, and they would do what she called hunting for cincos. They would hunt for cincos, for 5 peso coins, or coins, but they called it hunting for cincos. Occasionally the Kuyas be playing basketball and coins fall out of their damn pockets, because what do they wear? They wear like the equivalent of basketball gear, basketball shorts, big ass baggy shorts with them big old pockets. They would lose the coins. So she and her sister and cousins, young kids, would go over there, search around in the dirt, and occasionally find some coins and just go straight to the sorry store and buy candy, I'm sure. Hunting for cincos. It was so funny. My daughter, we saw this basketball court. She said, Mama, can you show me how to hunt for cincos? But it was paved with concrete. She said, you can't hunt on the concrete. You got to go hunt in the dirt where people couldn't, they lost their coin and can't find it. Yeah, it was cute. When you see these speed bumps, now look, this ain't rocket science, but people who never rode a motorbike before, when you come up to the speed bumps, just stand up on the pegs and put your weight on your legs, on your pegs, on the pegs, and then it uses your legs as shock absorbers. So like, boom, I just stood up a little bit. The motorbike turns into a bucking horse, but it don't buck me around because my legs are taking the shock out of it. Does that make sense? So if I hit these speed bumps a little faster, I'm not taking the brunt. I'm getting my weight on the pegs and basically standing up over the, there you go, see, stand up. No problem. It don't rattle your teeth. Okay, got a Zumba class over here to the right. I would say, oh my gosh, nothing but beautiful ladies. A couple of fucking dudes over there with the balls hanging out, but the ladies in their spandex gear looking beautiful, doing Zumba. I got nothing against that dude over there in the class. I mean, hell, he's hanging out with beautiful women all morning. I'm hanging out by myself on this damn motorbike. Who's doing better? He don't really want to be over there doing that fucking Zumba. He's just over there amongst beautiful women. Okay, now these crosswalks, they have red lights, obviously, and you want to stop at them. Most people don't, but I do. I follow the lights. Most of the time you do as the Romans. When in Rome, do as the Romans. But when they do shit like that, I don't, it's just too blatant. You know what I mean? So I stop at all those lights as the full-on. Okay, now over here, it seems like the wind has slowed down a little bit over here on the Jomtien side. The water's a lot more calm out there. Them beautiful flags off to the right, off to the starboard side of the aircraft. Many folks out enjoying some breakfast. I'm just excited about that little beer garden, that little bar right there at Fisherman's Village, where there's gonna be some live music. What a little cool little spot. To the left here is the Elvis show, 8:30, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right there at the boathouse, Jomtien. I've done several videos, went there many times, all the time throughout the years. I love Elvis. Me and him were born in the same town, just a few miles apart. I was driving by here last night. I went to go get me a haircut. Finally, the hair just got too long. There's Jomtien Night Market off on the left. I went to go get me a haircut, and I was driving through here at night and saw this Daisy D's. And there was plenty of people in there. It was lit up real nice, plenty of people. So one of the spots that I am gonna come eat at is Daisy D's to see what's shaking up in there. And I can't remember exactly where it's at. I just have to keep riding until I see it. Keep looking, it's up here somewhere. Putting the boat in, that ramp right there. Watch out, soy dogs. Right here, Daisy D's. Let's see. Special today is Thai Tuesdays, 20% off from 2 p.m. to close. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. Premier League. So this is a cool little spot, and they got St. Louis. Let me just check out the signs here. Okay, Burger Mondays. Buy any burger and get a local bottled beer or a soft drink for free from $2.50. Thai Tuesdays, 20% off all our Thai menu items from 2 p.m. to close. Wing Wednesdays, 20% off. 6 delicious sauces. Pasta Thursdays. Friday Pie Day. St. Louis Saturdays. And Fajita Sundays, 50% extra meat. So there you go right here. Let me give you a pan up so I can show you this place. Daisy D's. Eat, drink, and play. Restaurant and saloon. There's your sign right there. Where we're at, we're on Jomtien Beach Road. If you look inside, got the General Lee on top of the bar. Just the same as it was in Angeles City. Or is. Here's your cart right here. DaisyD's.Asia. There you go. Yeah, definitely got to go in there and check out Daisy D's. And somebody can leave it in the comments. Is Daisy D's still open over in Angeles City? I don't know. I don't go over there. It's right before the temple here on Jomtien Beach Road, if you're wondering where it's at. I think the website was DaisyD's.Asia. Whoa, soy dog. Yeah, got some folks out up on the beach, hanging out, enjoying themselves, doing a little drinking from the night before. eating some food, just having a good old time. Mom and Pa Kettle over there to the right, getting some exercise, probably pushing 80 years old. Shout out to y'all. Cause I ain't ready for the junkyard yet. I still feel like a new Corvette. Okay, here you go. Gentleman with a tractor. They're bringing the jet skis in and out, but they're doing some construction here. I guess more beach widening. And folks, used to this beach, these beaches here were very shallow. These beaches have been extended over the years. They used to be real thin beaches. I can sit here and drink beer and watch this dude all day. He's spinning out there. Kuya on the back's holding on. There you go. Can you get him? I don't know if y'all can see from this distance with this little action cam. That's pure entertainment to a redneck right there. But you can see how the ramp goes and ends right here. He's chugging along. He's spinning a little bit, but he's getting through that sand. Jet ski operator takes off. Man on the tractor comes up here to get him a new one. Pure entertainment. Folks, I'm a redneck, so little things like that to entertain me. Alright, so just like that. Look here. The dude comes in with a motorbike with a train of 3. Okay? He's on a motorbike, little like a little trike. He comes in there, he's got 3, just dumps them. In America, you have to have an F-350 to pull that. Here, fucking motorbike, pull 3 jet skis. So he grabs the 2 spot, but on the other side, the dude rolled in with 3. That's just pure entertainment. Alright, so let's roll out of here. Shout out to these gentlemen doing a difficult job, but a fun one. If I was a young guy, what a great job. Driving a tractor or a jet ski all day, I'll take that job. I've done some hard jobs in my day, folks. Don't think I haven't. I've done everything from pour concrete, hang sheet rock, paint, re-roofing. I've shoveled shit out of horse stalls. I've done it all. Worked in the fields. I know what hard work is. I ain't afraid of it. This is Soy Chaya Brook. So off to the right is the morning seafood market, fisherman's market, what have you. If you never watched any of my videos, it's the first one you're watching. Well, you may not know about this, so I'll just pull in right here. But here at Soy Chaya Brook in the mornings, the boats bring in their catch right here on the beach. Now, yeah, you can go up to Naklua, get great seafood up at the Naklua market, or you can come here. take a nice walk, enjoy the view. You know, the beautiful, colorful boats. Mingle with the vendors. I should go out there and buy me a few shrimp, take them home, put them in the rice cooker. I got a little rice cooker. Back in the day, me and Big Pumpkin would just throw some shrimp in there and some vegetables, put the stuff up in the steam part. We cook a hell of a meal out of that damn rice cooker for pennies on the dollar. Eating like kings. Go back and watch some of those old videos. Maybe I'll put them into a playlist of those early cooking videos. Life was pretty simple back then. Drink beer and cook. Had to get a little bit more complicated. Well, kids complicate things, right? Wouldn't change that for the world. But back then, the old lady would hold a camera and I would cook. Back then, she was too shy to get on the camera. Some of those dishes, hell, I can't even remember how to make. Y'all want to see a big ass dog? Look at that dog right there. That is a huge, they call it a mastiff. Big old beautiful dog. But two things I would not want to do. I wouldn't want to clean up the poop after that dog, and I wouldn't want to feed it. Probably go broke. You know that thing can put down some food. Now what looks like tents over to the right, it's not. It's just people covering up their beach chairs. Just put a tarp over them. They have to put them up at night and then set them up during the day. Again, here's Just Burgers off to the left. Good burgers on the grill, you know, like American backyard style burgers here on Jomtien Beach Road. Getting into the Jomtien area. And we'll be coming up shortly to the end of this little tour. And then right here to the left, these little folding chairs, this little coffee shop is very popular in the mornings. It's just a coffee cart. The dude's got a cart. But every morning, that place is packed out right there. You must have some delicious coffee at a great price. Just like that, we're at the end of Jomtien Beach Road. At this point, it's considered, I guess, Jomtien. Got the Big Crab here, very popular seafood restaurant. That's where everybody wants to come to. Everybody wants to eat right there on the left because it's delicious. That one right there, the one straight ahead. But the Big Crab, everybody coming down from Bangkok, they got to stop there. And with that, I'm going to pull over and conclude the video down here at the mile marker. Hey folks, so with that, once again, I want to say thanks for joining me on my morning routine. This is what I do in the mornings when I'm here. This is what I like to do to get out and about, ride my motorbike, get some exercise, walk around. This is just a slice of everyday life. So when you start comparing places to live, what's your everyday life look like? And I think the problem, if you're considering moving to AC, is very limited compared to a place like this. It's very limited. What are you going to do in AC? What do most people do in AC in the morning? What are you going to do? Limited places to go, and it becomes so routine and so mundane. It's like time to make the donuts. If you're okay with the smallness of a place, whether it's an island or living over there next to Walking Street and Angeles, if you're okay with that smallness, oh, you do fine. Those places are too small for me. Living on the small island, I got island fever too much. Living over there, you get bored. That's why I like Pattaya, Thailand, because I've lived here for a long time. This is my home. And I never get bored here. Never. There's just too much to do. So if you're planning your retirement, think about that. How long would it take for you to develop island fever in a small area? Something you gotta think about. All right, I'm out of here. I'm putting my helmet on. Now I'm on the hunt for some coffee. Thanks for joining me on my morning routine, folks. See y'all on the next one. Peace out. I just had to show that I didn't need them. And so I headed out west to see some old friends of mine. I thought if I'd climb up old Ajax Mountain, maybe it would help me.